How Expedition 33 ruined any RPG that uses turn-based combat in the future for me. And this is how. So their bosses, their fights with bosses is orchestrated well. And how they do this is basically you get to attack and then the boss gets to attack. That's the turn base. But the cool thing they add is when a boss is attacking, it's still your turn, but in a defensive way. So you can either parry or you could dodge. That mechanic alone has ruined any turn-based RPG that comes in the future because you're just not gonna have that engagement no more, and then that dopamine hit when you get a perfect dodge or when you parry every move in a 5-hit string because you get rewarded. And I'll touch base on that now. So when you parry, say, a 5-hit string, not only do you get AP for each parry you do, but say you parry each one, you get a counterattack and it does huge damage. That's that huge reward for taking such a risk, because the risk of parrying is you have a smaller window to parry. It's harder, essentially. And with dodge, you have a bigger window to dodge. So that's why dodge is only rewarded if you get a perfect dodge with a 1 AP and no counterattack. So if you just dodge and it's not perfect, you get nothing except for you just don't take damage. That's that's such good devil in the details, just paying attention to like, hey, what's really reward players that reach a high skill cap in our game versus players that are a little bit low in the skill cap area. And that's okay. Like, I like that. It's almost like you're feeding into anyone that is a gamer. If you're a casual gamer or if you're a hardcore gamer where you like to really get into the nitty gritty of the mechanics and master them. So it's catering to everyone, and but it's not catering in a way where it's sacrificing the game itself. They have a combat mechanic that they want everyone to enjoy, and you can enjoy it either in any way you want it. So you could have it where I'm always parrying, or I just choose to always dodge because the parry systems is too hard for me. And there's things that they do that add to the difficulty of this. One is the camera angle. I swear they purposely put a camera angle to where it makes parrying harder because it's such a strong mechanic that you have. The fact that it's always your turn even when the boss is attacking is such a strong mechanic. That's why the bosses have such big health pools, because they reward you heavily. You're doing like thousands of damage to their health, and that's just from just from you hitting buttons correctly at the right time. Which I know it makes it seem, I'm making it seem like that's super easy. It's not, with the camera angle, and then when they add fast moves with slow moves and moves that are faint, like faint moves, it gets extremely difficult, especially when they add long strings too. So all those different variations that you have to, register at such a small amount of time makes it very difficult to parry all the time, every time. So that skill cap is extremely high. But that's what I love. And I feel love and will always not hate. And when I say hate, it's like a joke, because I just won't be able to enjoy other RPGs that take the combat turn-based system unless they do something innovative with it, like how Expedition 3 did. I think Expedition 3 just hit the summit. Like, they're god tier when it comes to turn-based RPG, because you have the action RPG games where it's like Final Fantasy 7, where you're moving around and you're free to move and you could just attack whenever, just like in Star Ocean. Those are totally different. That's a different type of combat mechanic versus the turn-based combat mechanic. I just feel like the only games I'll be able to play are the games in the past, because it'd be nostalgia to play those games that are turn-based. Any any future RPGs is screwed for me, because I'm gonna be like, damn man, you don't have the same dopamine hit as Expedition 3 does when it comes to having a turn-based combat mechanic. And that's the beauty of it, though, is having other developers, when they do decide to make RPG, can we innovate like how Expedition 3 did? But we'll see. it's gonna be challenging, but we'll see. But that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. It's just how fun it's been playing against the bosses to where I always have a turn. It's just via defense when it's their turn. And I love that. I love the fact that I'm not just watching my characters get beat down. Because in most RPGs, the way you beat bosses is you're over leveling. So you grind till you hit maybe 20, 30 levels above the boss level, and then you just smash it. Here in Expedition 3, you have to be good at dodging or parrying to succeed in being the boss. Like it's a choice. You don't need to over level. You can, because the monsters respawn, but you don't have to. And I feel like that's the big difference in many slices of the pie. Like you got the one where it's always your turn, so that's the skill cap, and then you have the traditional RPG route where you just grind until you do so much damage because your stats are just extremely high via your little level. And that's it. That's really the only, well, that's the new form with the with Expedition 3 having that dodge and parry mechanic. But yeah, that's all. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. How you feel? Do you do you feel like Expedition 3 has ruined any turn-based combat system of RPGs in the future? And I'll catch you in the next one.